Yeah, a very good evening to everyone. Welcome to another session of CGFY Knowledge and Skills Get Together. We are standing at a critical crossroads in history where technology is no longer just enhancing how we work, but is fundamentally redefining what works look like, what skills are valuable, and how young people should plan their futures. Artificial intelligence, which is AI, robotics, and automation are not just innovation in science and technologies. They are influencing the very structure of society from how we produce goods and deliver services to how we educate children and care of elderly. And these changes are happening at an unprecedented change pace. This session of CGFY, which is Career Guidance for You, is designed to bridge the gap between fast moving technology and the everyday decisions students and parents make about careers. We aim to specify what these technologies are and how they work, translate technical advancements into real, relatable career opportunities, help attendees, whether students, fresh graduates, or parents, identify the skills and mindsets needed to thrive this changing world. The session is grounded in insights from globally respected organizations, ensuring that everything shared is backed by real data and global consensus. I would now like to hand over the session to Mr. Ashish Dikshit, as founder of CGFY. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishita. Great. Okay, we starting about at 7:12. Original plan was to have the session. In case required, we will extend by 10 minutes. Uh, yeah, given you a little bit of a background in terms of the context of the entire session, and I would like to just pick it up from there. Now, what I see here is that there's a mix of engineering students and there's someone who's in 11th standard, and there is one more parent who is here who is yeah, I think her children are in the 10th standard. So I think perfect audience for us. Uh, I'm going to share my screen and give you a little bit of input on the whole subject, etc. But before that, a little about what we are. So career guidance for you is basically an initiative which is helping students from school, from college, as well as young professionals to take the right kind of career decisions. So we conduct a number of programs like competency analysis or psychometric testing, etc., so that children from 8 to 12th are able to take career decisions after the 12th. College students are able to take career decisions on what should they pursue after their graduation. And young professionals are able to take decisions on whether they are in the right direction on careers or anything else, or whether they have to do a course correction. Apart from that, we are also into a number of training and developmental programs. So that's a little bit about us. And one of the reasons why we started this is career guidance for you, knowledge and CGFY knowledge and skills get together is a community initiative that we have undertaken. We've recently started it. And this is the second session of that initiative. Now, what we realized was that when students come to us for career guidance, they go through the whole process and they decide on their careers, etc., and then they are on their own. But a lot of times, they want to they reconnect with us. They have some doubts, they have some queries. Sometimes, they want to get in touch with us because their motivation comes down, etc. And therefore, we thought, why not have an organized process where they can keep coming back and attending these sessions and also get value. Apart from that, we also keep getting a lot of queries from students about, they want to know more about a particular career, etc. So we are curating, our research team is actually curating a number of topics, and every alternate Wednesday, we have decided to come out with a program like this. So we started on the last to last Wednesday. Now this Wednesday after 15 days. So like that, we will at least do initial 10 to 12 different programs, and then depending upon the response we get, we may repeat some of the programs, etc., etc. So essentially, we are trying to democratize knowledge and information. And we know that obviously as youngsters, you have a lot of access to YouTube channels, but sometimes the YouTubers are not very accessible, right? So we thought, why not connect on a Zoom platform so that you can actually talk and interact and have a better value addition and a better experience than just listening to a YouTube session. So that's the whole idea. Plus, what we are also doing is that our sessions, our research team collates from extremely authenticated sources. and therefore whatever we are sharing, there is a scientific base to it in terms of research conducted by very senior universities or organizations, and therefore there's a lot of credibility that we believe we are sharing. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a background. And I'm going to now begin with the session. And let me also share my screen. I would encourage you all to interact. So I may ask a few questions in between, and feel free either to unmute and answer, or you can also, since we are a small group right now, you can just unmute and answer, or you can also type out in the chat and then interact so that it doesn't become like a lecture. Okay, now let me just share my screen. Okay, here goes. All right. Okay. So, career paths in AI, robotics, automation. Now, incidentally, all the students who are here are from science and background, but actually the session is for everyone: science, commerce, arts, etc., etc. All right. Right. So, what we are therefore going to do is we are going to do three things. We are going to give a little bit of overview and demystify these terms because they are used very interchangeably, and then our main what do you say, core competency is careers, and therefore we are then going to share what kind of careers are going to open up for students because of these new technologies. And then we'll also talk about what kind of skills are required and how to prepare and how to gear up. And while you are in college, what all things can you do is something that we're going to definitely cover. So first and foremost, why did we choose this topic? Reason is very simple. Ishita has talked a little about it. I'm going to elaborate further. What is happening is when we choose now, some of you are already into engineering, some of you now we also know that the recording is watched by many students. So once you watch the audience watching this program, either live or recorded, would be from different backgrounds. First of all, science, commerce, arts, humanities. Plus, some of you must be up to 12th standard grade. Some of you must be in your degree, etc., etc. Now, this session is actually relevant for everyone. Okay. Now, first and foremost, what is happening is that, see, technology, if you go back 100 years back, we started with the first industrial revolution, and which was basically the steam engine. And then there was a second industrial revolution, which was electricity. And then the third industrial revolution, which was computers, internet. And now we are talking about Industry 4.0. Have you heard of these terms, Industry 4.0? Anyone? Anyone who knows, who has said? If you have heard, you can just say yes. You can just say why. If you have not heard, you can just type out no, N. Because then I would know the awareness levels about all of you all. So Industry 4.0, has anyone heard Y? Type Y or type N. Okay. So all right. Okay. Now uh, yeah, and the more you interact, the better it will be. Now, therefore, now the difference between Industry 4.0 and the previous industries is primarily the speed of change. So initially, when the steam engine came, that technology existed, the manufacturing technologies existed for 200 years. So technology came in, but it remained in vogue, in fashion for 200 years. Electricity came in and it started making a big change, but still for decades and decades, that technology was used in the same form as when it was discovered. Now, when the internet came and the computers came, the speed of change started becoming very fast. And now what is happening is now we are in an era of fusion of technologies. So fusion of technologies means communication, robotics, AI, everything is happening simultaneously. So now it's not one technology, it is multiple technologies, and they are changing and modifying each other, and the speed is very fast. And because of that, lot of jobs are getting obsolete. And whether you are from science, engineering, technical background or otherwise, unless you have some idea about how this technology is changing and how it is going to impact your careers, by the time you graduate, there you will be in for a little bit of a shock and a surprise. And therefore, in order that that doesn't happen, we are trying to make you aware. So let us. Secondly, for those of you who are still not yet completed your 12th grade and who are in the process of choosing careers, parents in India, parents are very much involved in the in the choice of the careers of their children, etc. And what happens is the world of work that your parents have seen and the world of work that you would be entering into after the next 3 to 4 years is completely different. And therefore, while your parents may be highly educated and qualified and maybe in senior organizations today, but the current world of work, the way it is changing, I mean, they would obviously be experts in their industry, but the beyond that, the whole industry is very new, and they make certain assumption. They may make certain assumptions about how to plan the career, which may or may not be true. And therefore, we also want a lot of parents to see this content so that they will also be more open-minded in terms of supporting you all to take your decisions. And therefore, this session is for students as well as parents, technical, non-technical, all. First, yes.
of public enterprise.
Okay. Sarita ma'am, can you go on mute, please? Yeah, thank you.
अरे
Admin,
state होना
admin,
चाहिए.
can you mute? Yeah, thank you. All right. So, okay, first and foremost, let us understand what are these three terms. What is automation? Now, automation is nothing but it is basically any hardware or software or a machine which is going to, make a repetitive task faster. So that is very simple. So automation. So a simple coffee vending machine is also an example of automation because coffee gets prepared, milk and sugar and everything is mixed in a certain proportion. Then it is dispensed in a cup and then it's served. I mean, the cup is there. So it's a very standard process. It is repetitive and then it is configured. So coffee vending machine is an example of basic level of automation. And from there, you must have heard like a smart factory, a factory which is operated without a single human being or very limited human beings. So right from a simple coffee machine, or ATM, a great example of automation. So automation is all around the place. And actually, AI, which is artificial intelligence, is a subset of automation. It's a part of automation. Now we think our AI is big. It's actually a part of the bigger subject is automation. Now, artificial intelligence, what does what the name itself says that it is an intelligence which is artificial. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that, see, intelligence, how is a man different from, I mean, a human being different from an animal? Anyone who wants to, anyone wants to share? What is the main difference between a human being and an animal? You can just unmute and speak. You can feel free to make mistakes. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's a very nice, safe place. Feel free to make mistakes. You can just unmute and type whatever you want, whatever comfortable. Okay, at any point of time, just interact more. Okay, so that you also feel involved in the whole process. The main difference between a human being and an animal is that human beings have got an extra brain which an animal doesn't have. So an animal has got, so human being has got something called as a prefrontal cortex, which is the largest part of the brain, and that is what gives the ability to a human being to think. Now that an animal does not have. And what is now being tried is that artificial intelligence means that part of that human being, which is the prefrontal cortex, that the functions of that, like memory, thinking, taking decisions, are being tried to be installed in a machine. And therefore, artificial intelligence means it is trying to make a machine intelligent by making it think and behave like a brain of a human being. Clear so far? All right. Now, and therefore, see, so how is artificial intelligence predominantly different from a software program? Is that a software program is a hard-coded steps, which is written. So if A happens, B happens, C. It's very, very specific, straightforward. But artificial intelligence learns like a human being. Like, for example, see, when we are small, we learn alphabets. And once we learn alphabets, we can form our own construct sentences and then we can speak. So we are learning ourselves, right? So because of our intelligence. So intelligence makes us learn ourselves. Similarly, an artificial intelligence system, as more and more data is fed into it, it starts learning and learning and learning and becoming better and better and better and better on its own. So that is artificial intelligence. It is simulating human intelligence. And the third thing is robotics. Now, robotics means what? Anyone knows what's robotic? Anyone wants to attempt? What is robotics? Robotics is nothing but a machine that is doing some work in the physical world. In the physical world. See, in artificial intelligence, software, etc., is happening in a virtual world that you and me are not able to see. But in robotics, something is happening in a physical world. So, for example, I don't know if you have been to a factory floor or you have seen a video of any factory. You may just see that there is a trolley that is moving without any there's a trolley on a factory floor assembly line, and you may just see that there is a robot, and that robot has got an arm and it picks material from a container and puts it on the assembly line. So it is doing a physical activity. Now that is robotics in a simple sense. Some real life examples are given in the slide also, like chatbots for customer service, robots in manufacturing, self-driven cars, etc., etc. Okay, I want to tell you something very interesting. What is happening? If you go to, I mean, we most of you, I guess, are from India itself right now, and in fact, all of you, I guess, and so we have Uber and we have Ola and all of that, right? We have these taxis. We are used to that technology now. If you go to San Francisco, you will see a lot of these taxis are driverless. They are fully autonomous cars. So these technologies are already there in the US and very soon they will come to India also. So we are talking about technologies which are not very far away from us. Okay. Secondly, I was reading this very beautiful, interesting thing, almost from science fiction. I mean, those of you who are interested in this subject should watch science fiction movies because science fiction movies, something that was science fiction 25 years back is now becoming real. So therefore, you will get a lot of ideas. But anyway, something straight out of science fiction movie. Now they are very soon a robot will be completely in place, which will help a household. So it will do your laundry, it will do your dishes, ironing of clothes, cooking of food, and ordering things from a big basket. I mean, whatever, it's like an assistant. So domestic help, robots for domestic help. So many things are all happening right now in the R&D stage and various stages. So that brings us to a very important thing that when you all go into the world of work, how is this job market changing now? Simple statistics, okay? By the year 2030, we are already in 2025. अभी 5 साल में क्या क्या होने वाला है? 170 million jobs, new jobs are going to get created. 170 million new jobs and 92 million jobs are going to be displaced. Now, what is bad and what is good about it? Anyone wants to attempt? What is good about this? 170 new jobs are getting created. 92 million jobs are going to change. They are going to become obsolete or redundant. So can anyone share what is good, what is bad? Anyone?
Displaced jobs are bad.
Yes, displaced jobs are 92 million. Yes, and therefore you're right, which means that if there are people who are doing those jobs, if they are not skilling themselves and learning something else, they will be out of job. So that is the sad part. Now, what is the good part? The good part is 170 million new jobs, which means jobs are not going to come down. They are only going to grow. See, if you actually see now, see today we are scared, right? That AI will take over the jobs. Now just look at the way technology has changed in the last 400 years. After the agricultural wave, the manufacturing industry started. Did the jobs go up or come down? What do you think? When manufacturing came, including manufacturing in agriculture, did the jobs overall in the economy, did they go up or come down?
So overall, it went up.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And from manufacturing to the second industrial wave, when people thought with electricity, so many things are becoming automatic, did the jobs go up or come down? Again went up. And therefore, right now also, we don't have to be worried that the jobs are going to come down. They are going to go up only. But if we are not able to have the skills of that new job, then it is a trouble. Getting it? So I don't want any one of you to be scared that AI is going to take away the jobs, etc. In fact, new jobs are getting created. So let us just look at what is going to happen and why people are feeling that fear. It is because of lack of awareness and lack of information. Jobs are going to go up. If you actually see now, um, on the right hand side, only less than 5% of the jobs will be fully replaced by machines. Now, what does that mean? दुनिया में इतने सारे जो जॉब्स हैं ना, इतने सारे जॉब्स, वो सारे के सारे जॉब्स में से 95% jobs are not going to go. Only less than 5% are actually going to go. And but this 95% of the jobs are going to get modified. That is very important. And therefore, the right question to ask, what is the right question to ask? What do you, is it, will AI take away jobs, my job, for those of you who are working? Is that the right question? No, 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 that's not the right question. The right question is what part of my job will get automated? So chances are you will be 95% jobs are not getting fully automated, but some parts. So if I'm doing 10 things right now, it's like for me also, if I was doing 10 things 10 years back, out of those 10 things, 4 or 5 things are right now getting automated. Our team members are doing some of the jobs that I was doing manually, and they are not doing manually. They are using tools to do it. So some part of my job has got automated, but I am now learning now certain new things like how to conduct session on Zoom. I didn't know that 4 years back. Now, so therefore, simple thing is we have to start learning new things, as simple as that. And the future is going to be coexisting with human and machine. So, our colleagues, just imagine, are going to be humans, and machines are also going to be our colleagues. Some may be fully machine, some may be partial machine, and all of that. And therefore, the future is not machine taking over humans, as what those all those pessimists are predicting, but it is going to be humans and machines coexisting together, working hand in hand. For example, okay, AI assisted doctors would be so fascinating for solving a lot of healthcare problems in the country as well as in the world, especially the third world countries or even country like India, etc., etc. So the healthcare is going to really go up, or AI assisted teachers. The whole process of learning can become such a lot of fun if teachers are all trained to use AI technologies in the classroom and so on and so forth, or online, etc. And therefore, it's going to be human machine coexistence everywhere. That is how it is. And because of that, that brings me to the most important part of today's discussion, which is how are going to be the career paths of youngsters. Now, believe me, this session by no means is exhaustive and complete. आई मीन इफ यू फील कि ये सेशन के बाद में आपको सब कुछ पता चलेगा, नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है. बिकॉज देर आर सो मेनी मोर थिंग्स विच आर देयर एवरी डे, समथिंग न्यू इज हैपनिंग एक्सेट्रा. But the objective of this session is to inspire that, to inspire you to be more, to light that spark in you. It is for you to be inspired to do more research so that you can go back, get some inputs, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 inputs, and from there help you to choose your career path if required and get some clarity and do more research. And if you require any help, we are always there. So from that perspective, let me tell you that there are three broad categories that we are envisaging now. For all you know, after 1 year, if I'm doing this presentation, our research team may say that there are 4 parts or 5 parts. I don't know because things are just changing. As of now, three categories. One is core tech careers, which are absolutely core careers which are involved in developing and maintaining the systems. So that is core technologies that will be predominantly done by engineers and science or math people. That is number one. Second is going to be hybrid. Now, this is where the thing is interesting, is because the moment we are talking about hybrid careers, we are not talking about only science or technology or math students. We are talking about any commerce, art, humanities student who also has learned digital skills so that they are able to be successful in hybrid careers. And the third is industry specific, which means what all we are going to take a peek in terms of what all industries are going to be really impacted by AI. And therefore, all professionals, technical, non-technical, will be impacted by this AI, by AI. And so there are three ways to look at career paths. First and foremost, core technical. So those of you who are into engineering programs, or those of you who intend to get into engineering or math programs, this part of the discussion is for you all. Okay, others can obviously listen to it, and if you find it interesting, there are ways and means of learning. Yeah. All right. So core technical. So, you have something called as a artificial intelligence and machine learning specialists. Now, they are the ones who develop and implement artificial intelligence models and machine learning algorithms. I'm just to I don't want to make this very technical, but just going to tell you a couple of things. For example, artificial intelligence and machine learning specialists, what are the skills which you are going to use? One is deep learning. Deep learning means very complex data. So, packages like TensorFlow, PyTorch, etc. You will be using these platforms for developing your own machine learning models. I'm not making it more technical right now. I'll just keep at this. But just to give you some direction. See, programming languages for you all, which will be very much in demand, will be Python, R, Java. And something, have you heard? I don't know. Have you heard of NLP, natural language processing? Natural language processing. Computers are talking with each other, right? Like, for example, computers talking with each other means two computers actually sharing data electronically. Now, that is happening because of this technology called natural language processing. So, AI and machine language specialists are at the cutting edge of these kind of technologies. I'm going to tell you something very interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. The other day, I saw an ad a few days back from a company based in Silicon Valley. And it was saying that they wanted 20 people for a startup, for an AI startup. And can you imagine what were the skills that they were asking for? They were saying that we want someone who is fluent in Python, Hindi, spoken Hindi, and written Hindi. Can you imagine? Python, which is a hardcore computer language, spoken Hindi and written Hindi, because they were working on this natural language processing part of it. So, who would have ever imagined that we are going to require Python and Hindi for our job? Unimaginable, right? So, this is the fun, this is the interesting part of the whole thing. Now, data scientist, so this is AI. I just want to leave it at that right now for the time being. Data scientist and analyst is completely about mathematics and statistics, and using computer software. And therefore, those of you who are good at math and statistics can definitely look at data science and analyst jobs. Robotics. Now, robotics is very, very engineering. Now, see, a lot of students who are looking at mechanical, they don't even, I mean, don't know who are looking at engineering, they do not think beyond engineering. But let me tell you something very, very simple. Robotics is combination of mechanical, instrumentation, electronics, and software. And just look at, I've just put up a slide here. Just look at the type of robots which are there. Just look at the types of robots. You've got industrial robots for manufacturing, medical robots for performing assisting in surgeries, right? Medical surgeries, domestic robots at home, educational robots who are assisting teachers, entertainment robots who are entertaining people, military robots who are assisting the military people. So if you see, whole lot of humanoids are actually in showroom like a human being, and they are assisting customers. So it's a fascinating world, and therefore it is not only engineers on software, it is hardware. Now, humanoid, for designing a humanoid, even psychologists are required. Psychologists, social science background. So phenomenal. But social science people who have that, what do you say, interest in digital, that is what is important. That is so. Therefore, It's just phenomenal, how the careers are shaping. So robotics engineer, cyber security is a big area. Automation engineer is a big area. Then, okay, I'm just skipping the slides right now. Okay, some more core technical careers. Cloud engineer. Cloud is internet. So delivering software, delivering solutions using the cloud computing. That's a very hot career. IoT developer is very hot career for techies. Smart device, it's the world of smart devices. So you typically, your smart car is probably communicating with your computer at home, and that computer is telling the air conditioner to switch on the AC so that by the time you reach home, the home would have got cooled. Now, this is like science fiction, but it's going to happen very fast. It's already happening. Autonomous vehicles talking to each other, and one vehicle. So let's say you and me are going for a party, and we're going to a friend's place. So my car is talking to your car, and actually telling your car that, hey, it's an autonomous car. So talking and saying, just change that route because your regular route is having a lot of traffic, and therefore it is better. I have just taken this route. So phenomenal, all this is, so this is a hardcore world of technology. And those of you who are going here, so all computer science, computer engineering, electronics engineering, instrumentation engineering, mathematics, statistics, all of you guys can go into this world. um, uh, if this is what fascinates you, the salaries are extremely high. Okay, so these are core technical careers. Okay, now let me go to, okay, I'm skipping this. I don't want to make it too technical. Okay, second is this hybrid careers. Now, what are these hybrid careers? Anyone? What do you understand by the word hybrid? Hybrid, anyone? What is the meaning of hybrid? Okay, so hybrid is combination. Like we say hybrid combination. Yeah, so I can see someone has typed something. Yes, thank you very much. Combining. That's right. Yes. All right. So it's a combination. So now for example, an AI product manager. An AI product manager need not be a technical person, but has to love technology. An AI product manager is a manager who is developing AI-based products. So it could be a bot for a bank. It could be, it could be a showroom robo. It could be anything. It's a product. It's a product which is using AI. So a AI product manager basically has to coordinate and would have a team of coders, engineers, designers, etc., and maybe customer service people, and together is like a manager who is coordinating and getting an AI based product made. So you need to understand technology, you need to love technology, but you don't have to be a developer of technology. Okay, or UX designer. Now I was the other day I was talking to someone from Godrej Infotech. She has been a UX designer for a lot of technical products of Godrej Infotech, their softwares, etc. Her background is sociology. She's a BA and an MA, and then she also did her PhD in sociology, but did a lot of designing programs and softwares. But a sociology arts graduate and a UX designer. So UX designers can be from absolutely any background, but you have to like technology. So you are designing interfaces. Then AI ethics expert. Now AI ethics, these are again people from humanities. Because see, for example, policymakers in the government, policymakers in the organization, basically government, public policy. Now, today, public policy also has got AI policy. Now, they are not techies, but they have to understand technology. Human robot interaction specialist. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I think this is really beautiful. Okay, digital transformation consultants are those consultants who are business experts. So you could be MBAs in supply chain or MBA in HR or any of those backgrounds, but you understand digitization. So you may be a digital transformation consultant for the HR departments of companies. So your domain expertise is human resources. and your love is technology. So you combine your love of technology to transform a HR department. That is digital transformation. Like that, it could be any department. Okay, smart manufacturing is more technical engineers, mechanical engineers, and AI powered marketing analysts. So these are just some of the roles. But what I'm telling you is this is the future. So those of you who are not doing engineering, computer science, don't worry. Learn a lot of AI softwares, and these are the roles which are going to be again very high paid and definitely in demand for the next few years. And the third kind of category that I want to tell you all is industry specific careers. Now, there are so many industries, and I'm going to give you some of the industries again. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is just the tip of the iceberg to make you curious and interested. One of the biggest applications of artificial intelligence is the healthcare sector. So, doctors, so if you are going to study medicine, anyone here or anyone who's going to watch the video later on, if you're going to be studying biology or you're going to study medicine, please be an AI expert because your industry is going to completely get transformed because of AI. Like predicting diseases in advance. Like they say, कि disease को बाद में पता चला तो treatment ज्यादा लगता है. But you can use AI to predict diseases in advance or a whole lot of records, etc. I'm not explaining everything, just keeping it simple, and I also want to do a question answer. Therefore, I'm just skipping some of the content right now. But things like robotic surgeries, things like fraud detection. In the insurance, there is a lot of fraud happening with respect to insurance claims, mediclaim. So if you are from the insurance industry, let's say a finance professional, you need to understand AI. And if you are a medical professional who is on that side of mediclaim, you still have a doctor who understands AI and finance. So today you have doctors who are working in finance companies. So doctor plus finance plus AI, you could be in fraud detection. So these are all phenomenal opportunities. Sustainability and climate change is a big area. So whatever backgrounds you are in, art, science, commerce, please look at this sector, environments and climate change. Lot of research is happening in this area. Lot of venture capitalists and government funds are getting into research, and very soon these technologies, for example, generation of green nitrogen. I don't know how many of you have heard of this, but it's an industry to watch out for. Lot of jobs will be created. You may be from commerce background or MBA, you can get into that industry in your functions. So AI in sustainability is really big, predicting natural disasters and weather monitoring and so many things. Agriculture is going to get completely revamped because of, and that is what is going to cover, solve the food shortage problem of many countries. So artificial intelligence and sustainability is big. If you are a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, BTech Agriculture, please master AI. If you are an architect, please learn AI for green buildings and related technologies. And not only that, there are so many other ways in which sustainability is, for example, power consumption in air conditioners can be reduced in a hotel, can be reduced using AI. So it's a huge world out there. Okay. Now, if you're a commerce student or a business management student, I have just given very basic examples right now, but there are many more. Predictive financial modeling, chatbots are so common today, automated bookkeeping, fraud detection, the whole finance, the BFSI industry is one of the biggest users of the technology. And they are also now one of the biggest users going forward of AI. Therefore, if you are a banking, insurance, finance professional looking at BFSI as an industry, definitely AI is something that you need to understand so that you can combine your domain knowledge with AI knowledge and therefore create a niche for yourself in the industry in any of the areas that comes up. Legal compliance, AI is big, contracts. This is where large language models, the LLMs are used, generating legal contracts, etc. But does it mean that lawyers will be out of job? No, not at all. lawyers who are very sharp will be required for the final go ahead. Okay, so you cannot have or lawyers will be required for taking those subtle judgments and calls based on what the AI had generated. So therefore, you will require very intelligent lawyers. Okay, so the overall skill levels are going to go up in this new world. Okay, now I'm going to come to that. That's going to be the real impact. Because all careers, I don't think there is any worry fee in any career. You just have to learn AI in your industry and then move forward. Simple. Well, you may be from a humanities background. Today, there was a student of psychology who was talking to me saying that, today she was telling me that some youngsters are talking about their mental health related challenges to chat GPT. So what will happen to a therapist? I said, don't worry, therapists will be really required because therapists have to use AI for creating a very transformational experience for the clients. So detection of emotion and all so many things. I mean, every word that I put here is a PhD subject by itself, and a lot of research is happening on each and every word out here. Whether you are an economics graduate or whether you are psychology, sociology graduate, English literature, history, political science, name it, everywhere. It's like all pervasive now. It's like a language, like a normal language like English or Hindi. AI is all pervasive. You have platforms like Dial E, Mid Journey, where you can beautiful platforms for AI generated images. Wonderful. Who would have thought that graphic designers are going to face competition? Creativity is going to face competition. But the good graphic designers will always be required because now the quality of work expected by the clients is very, very high. So again, just like I was telling you, lawyers will be sharp, the requirement will be sharper lawyers, similarly sharper and smarter and more creative graphic designers required. So everywhere it's going, music composers, go for any line, the overall skill levels are all going up. And I mean, careers like sports, I'm just put some of the slides for you all just to tell you that it's all pervasive. Like injury prevention, performance tracking in sports, um, research in science, a lot of biology and chemistry, biochemistry research is happening using AI. So if you're a science graduate, no problem. Just go ahead, make a great career. You don't have to necessarily become an engineer or a doctor. You can be a pure science graduate, learn AI tools, and do phenomenal work in research. All right. Any questions? I mean, I'm just going to close in the next couple of minutes and then throw the floor open for questions. Okay. Education. So if your desire is to have your own educational institution, maybe an online platform, maybe you want to have, because these days I see a lot of youngsters interested in starting education related businesses. So if you want to start an educational related business, or you may want to have a career as a in the education industry, etc., AI is already coming in education in a big way and revamping the entire world of education. Okay, so a lot of work happening here, and that brings me to an extremely important topic, which is skills which you need. Now, I can classify the skills into two categories, three categories. The most important skill, I mean, I cannot say most important, but one of the most important skills required is your thinking skill, ability to think. Because since machines are now becoming intelligent, your intelligence has to go up. And intelligence going up means what? Intelligence going up means not that you score more in an IQ test. No, no, that's not what I mean. Means your memory has to go up, your memory recall has to go up, your but again, memory recall. So there are techniques for that. Okay. How to increase your memory, how to increase your memory recall. Okay. How to increase your grasping power, how to increase your focus and concentration, how to improve your decision making capabilities, how to improve your analytical thinking. All that is called cognitive skills. So, creativity, thinking skills, decision making skills, etc. These are the hard skills now for the new generation of you all. So, your hard skill, thinking skill, we are never taught anywhere how to think better. You are taught how to write, you are taught how to speak, how to give a talk, how to write an essay. But tell me, how many of you have taken a subject or have been taught a subject how to think better? Anyone here? Sorry. You
No,
can
sir.
just, yeah. So, I mean, I think one of the most important things required in schools and colleges is how do you improve your thinking skills? It is assumed that thinking is God given. जितना भगवान ने दिमाग दिया है ना, उतना हमारा एबिलिटी है। बहुत गलत है। भगवान ने आपको दिया है, बट उसको बढ़ाना है। Right? Like you were not born with all kinds of degrees, no? You have learned. So like that, you have to also learn thinking, how to think better, how to be more creative. Creativity people feel it's inborn. हाँ, inborn थोड़ा बहुत है, obviously है, but वो बढ़ाना है हमको. So hard skills and digital skills are very, very, by now you must have realized, digital skills तो आपको करना ही, भले आप म्यूजिशियन बनो, सिंगर बनो, कुछ भी बनो, डिजिटल कॉमर्स तो करना ही पड़ेगा. साइंस देयर इज नो टू वेज अबाउट इट. सो डिजिटल यू हैव टू जस्ट लव टेक्नोलॉजी. प्यार करो टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ में. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो दीज आर योर हार्ड स्किल्स. And please focus, please, we can probably, we may have another session. We are also going to take feedbacks from students and others on what all sessions we should be conducting. We are probably discussing, we should take a session on how to improve your thinking skills, but let's see going forward. Okay. Then, okay, what are, no, these are your soft skills. They are going to be damn important. Soft skills. Your communication skills. If everything is take, you know, अब लोग तरसने वाले हैं ह्यूमन टच के लिए, तरसने वाले हैं. एंड जहां पे जो अच्छा ह्यूमन टच, इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. Emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence, communication skills are the two core skills that each one of you has to build. I know there are some engineers here, some science people here and others, etc. So आप जो भी सीख रहे हो, learn how to develop your EQ. Learn how to communicate in groups, individually, over a platform, over Zoom, one-on-one, public speaking, motivational speaking, engaging speaking, storytelling abilities. ये सब आपको सीखना है. इससे आपका efficiency, आपके results बढ़ेंगे. One of the most important skills is your ability to narrate stories. हमको लगता है तो वो तो बच्चे थे हम, तभी ग्रैंड मदर एंड ग्रैंड फादर ने बताया. तो स्टोरी टेलिंग स्किल्स वेयर द स्किल्स ऑफ ग्रैंड मदर एंड ग्रैंड फादर एंड आवर पेरेंट्स. बट अभी हमको करियर में लगेगा स्टोरी टेलिंग स्किल्स while communicating. Anyway, yeah, so these are some of the soft skills required. And the roles which are declining clearly are repetitive roles. Those that require low thinking ना, वो जाने सब उड़ रहे हैं. लो थिंकिंग, तो हमको हमारा थिंकिंग बढ़ाना है. All let's move forward. What should you do right now as a student? Okay, so there's so many free law. You guys are that way very, very lucky. So many free online courses, Udemy, Coursera, edX, जो है YouTube तो है ही है. So just भर भर के free courses ले लो अभी AI के ऊपर and start building projects. Start doing small projects. एक एनजीओ को पकड़ो, उनको पूछो आपका नीड क्या है. Can I try and see, okay, can I build an AI based application for an NGO? आपको शायद पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, बट आपको एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा, इंटर्नशिप, अलग अलग बी क्रिएटिव. इंटर्नशिप मतलब बायोडेटा बनाया, जाके बोलो बोलो कंपनी मेरे को इंटर्नशिप दे दो. ओके, कैन आई गो टू अ स्मॉल, लेट्स से क्रेडिट सोसाइटी, फाइनेंस वाइज कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स. इफ आई गो टू अ स्मॉल क्रेडिट सोसाइटी एंड टेल देम आपका कौन सा काम रिपीटेटिव है, लेट मी ट्राई एंड ऑटोमेट इट. Right? You don't have to be an engineer for that. You have to learn some AI tools. So start doing small tech projects. So the way you are planning your college life, start thinking small tech projects, whether you are technical or non-technical. Then of course you should have your fans. I'm sorry, you should have your, what do you say? I mean, be fans of some technology leaders. You should be following technology leaders on LinkedIn, follow technology leaders on. So I hope you all, after 12th is over, please be on LinkedIn, follow technology leaders on YouTube, etc. बहुत बहुत important है आपके लिए. जो वेबिनार्स, ऑनलाइन कम्युनिटीज, टेक क्लब्स, जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ जुड़ जाओ. जो भी करो, आर्ट करो, साइंस करो, कॉमर्स करो, इंजीनियरिंग करो, टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ जुड़ जाओ. That's very very important. Okay. And parents, those parents who are right now in the program, and those parents, we know many parents are going to watch this. Many of them watch the videos later. Uh, Please support your children uh, to if they are thinking differently. It is not necessary just to look at engineering, medicine. Just let them be different. Let them follow an own career path. Let them follow their own exploratory path. Okay. Encourage them and focus on skills, because degrees, it's not that अगर degree मिल गया काम हो गया, नहीं होने वाला ऐसा. So see how you can encourage them to. So obviously get them to be more educated, but also focus them to learn skills which we just spoke some time back in the previous two slides. Check those things. इतना ही मत पूछो कि होमवर्क हुआ क्या, ये भी पूछो आज कौन सा नया स्किल सीखा है. Which new soft skill have is my child learning? Which new thinking skill or hard skill is my child learning? Very very important. Yeah. So finally, I'm just going to kind of wind up. Main thing is AI is not going to take our jobs. They are going to be our colleagues. And therefore, it's going to be we plus humans together. Number of jobs are actually going to go up, not come down, is what many experts believe. Not what I am saying, but many experts believe that the jobs are actually going to go up. And therefore, you have to keep continuously learning so that you can get fit into those new jobs. So your current job may go, but your current job profile may become redundant, but job need not go if you have learned a new skill. So continuous learning is the need of the hour. It's not just learning in a school or a college. And start early, very important. Don't waste time in free work. This is for students, children. फालतू का इंस्टाग्राम का रील्स भी देखना बंद कर दो, बिकॉज उसमें क्या होगा, उससे दिमाग और इट्स एक्चुअली आवर थिंकिंग एबिलिटीज कमिंग डाउन. Instagram makes a lot of money. So take something which is good from Instagram or become a content creator on Instagram. That's okay. But फालतू में mindless reels देखना है ना, 10 मिनट 15 मिनट दिन का शेड्यूल करो कि चलो शाम को 8 बजे या 7 बजे 7 to 7:15 I will watch reels. That's it. Simple. Beyond that. So, because there are so many good things to be done, do that rather than wasting your time. And again, one more thing that youngsters are into, a lot of youngsters, don't take me otherwise, don't feel bad or anything. A lot of youngsters are into fizul ke things like, very casual relationships, etc. They are actually hard burning. They are actually very disturbing. They actually suck our energy. So वो सब फालतू का टाइम पास छोड़ दो. Don't get into peer pressure. Do something constructive. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So great. So with that, I would like to kind of end the talk and throw the floor open for question answers, etc. Um, so keep attending talks like this and be a part of community. So we have a WhatsApp community that we have created. So be a part of that community. Every Wednesday we'll come up with a new program, a new show. We'll experiment with a lot of formats, etc. So we'll keep doing that. So keep attending our sessions every Wednesday so that you'll get more and more knowledge. And apart from that, if you all feel that we should do a program or a show on something very specific, be in touch with us, give your feedbacks. If we get a response, then accordingly we'll curate accordingly new programs and new content for you all as per your feedbacks. So be a part of the process. So join our community, give us feedbacks. You can join our YouTube link. So for example, last Wednesday's program we have already uploaded on our YouTube channel. So last Wednesday we did a program called Emerging Technologies of 2025, top 10 emerging technologies of 2025. Go and watch that if that's again a uh, pretty interesting one, is what I personally believe. I mean, the content is pretty interesting, is what I feel. Next Wednesday, again, we are going to have another program on a different topic, etc. So stay tuned and do well. Don't waste your time. Enjoy, study, play, and build a great career. That's it. So questions you can ask. Yeah, any questions? I Okay. Anyone wanting to know anything, any question, any feedback, any comment? Because if you, yeah, so we said that by 8:10 we planned to start the session at 7. We started at 7:10 and we said by 8:10 we'll try and complete it. So we've got 4 more minutes. Of course, I can wait afterwards if you have questions. So you want to ask anything, you want to know about courses, you want to know about anything else that we talked about right now. And I can tell you one more thing. I mean, that is something that I'm passionate about. I was in the corporate sector. I was also into different kinds of jobs, etc. But right now, I'm actually trying to, along with a team, we have a small team, but we are trying to really build, uh, what do you say, uh, a support system for youngsters to help them plan their careers by way of these kind of free programs. Some of the, but everything obviously can't be free because we also have to run our kitchens, right? So some programs will be paid. So our career counseling one-on-one programs are obviously paid. But I think, those of you who are a little unsure of what is the right career for you should definitely do proper career counseling because your entire 30, 40 years of your career are going to be based on that. So if you have not taken any formal career counseling, just go right ahead and do it is my suggestion. It's obviously up to you all. That's because, and we do a lot of career counseling. We do a lot of one-on-one. We've got an office at Bandra. We do online programs for those who are outside Mumbai and outside India. So please do proper formal one-on-one career counseling to know what is best for you. That's very, very important. What is it that you are really good at? What is it that in which you will perform very well? That can be a one-on. That cannot happen like a talk like this. It is talks are more for information. Yeah. So do that if you are not fully clear on what you should do. So what should you do and why should you do? Like just today, I was talking to one student. I asked her, she is commerce BMS management student, BMS. I asked her, why did you take BMS finance? She said, because I didn't want to do CA. It cannot be like that, right? Because I didn't want to do CA, I did BMS finance. So I asked her, okay, will you go to Kerala for a vacation if you don't want to go to Goa? She said, no, I will explore other avenues. Correct, no? So if I want to go, if I don't want to go to Goa, will I go to Kerala? No, I may to go to Uttarakhand, Nainital, Gujarat, Maharashtra, anywhere I can go, right? So that way you cannot do BMS finance just because you don't want to do CA. So therefore, do that exploration, know what is happening. So many things to do. Okay, questions? All right. We will wait for 1 more minute. It is 8:09. At 8:10, if there are no questions, we'll close the meeting. Anyone wants to ask anything over a call? You all have our telephone numbers also. If you want to talk to us one-on-one, you can send us a WhatsApp message. We can schedule a one-on-one meeting with you, in person, in office, whatever you want. You want to give us feedbacks on what should be the next topic or the topic after that, be in touch with us. And my suggestion is you can also, it will be great if you can have more of your friends. Like we are calling it get together. We want to have this Wednesday get togethers. You come here together. Right now, a lot of you did not speak, but we want to make it into a get together format where we all, like, friends interact with each other. Today, I'm doing more of talking, but we will come slowly. We are going to open up these opportunities for students to come and talk. So this will be get-togethers for students from different backgrounds, arts, science, commerce, engineering, medical, pharma, etc., to come and talk and get together and develop your knowledge, develop your skills, make some good, nice friendships, and move forward in our career. So that's the vision that we have for this initiative. Yeah, so parents who are here, next time try and get students also for the program, and students who are here, if you are comfortable, get your parents also for this program. Let's have some nice interactions. Great. So should we, I think, since there are no more questions, I think we will complete the meeting.